Welcome to Etienne Trading. That's awesome. So yeah, I'll start right now. So I want to show you guys how to build your small account. And this is, I think, something that people go wrong about. The first thing that comes to people's mind when they hear about growing their account, or they think about that, is risking more, right? Risking more money. And if you approach this way, it's in my opinion the wrong mindset to be in. Okay, that's totally wrong, because what happened, I was just speaking with someone today, someone that said she wanted to grow her account, and she said she's been trading demo for some time. Okay, or like her demo account was really good, really going well. She made like $2,000 on a demo account, and then she went live. She only had $100 in her account, in her live account, but she was risking probably way more in her live account because she had a small account than in the demo account, which makes that you cannot just sustain the losses. And usually people that risk too much, they cannot sustain the losses. They might have 5-10 losses and they're out of the game right away because they don't have enough capital to sustain the losses. So if you're doing this, it's the wrong way to do it. You could do it with some success, it could work out, but most often than not, with the probabilities you face, you will just blow up your account, and that won't be how things are going to work out well. So you want to be really careful with that. And I see some people joining us right now, so come in the chat, let us know what you trade. Are you day trading, swing trading, what kind of tools you use, so we can you guys can network at the same time. I think this is not about me, but about yourself and how you can become better. So you can exchange in the chat and use this to your own advantage. And comment below as well after, and read the comments. There's sometimes there's some really good advice in the comment you can look at and you can use. I personally learned a lot from my comment on YouTube, so you guys should do the same as well if you're watching the replay, of course. But so let's get to, so don't risk too much on your first account. Here are ways to grow your account. This is from experience, what I've been going through, and there's one more way, I'll add it at the end. That's going to be kind of a bonus. But way number one is you manage your money well. Okay, that's going to mean you do things right with your money. You might earn money from a job, you have to manage it well. Way number two is you get capital from investors. Okay, that's possible. I've done that too in the past. And way number three is you trade professionally. So you're going to find a prop firm, they're going to hire you. You're going to trade for them, okay? And you're going to be paid either a salary that you can use for trading, which goes back to managing your money well, or maybe they're going to pay you on commission, like half the profit or whatever amount you're going to get. And you probably trade a big account, okay? All those ways you'll see are related to trading. Now, there's one more way. Well, we'll talk about the end about that one. But all these ones are related to trading, okay? You can trade and you can make all of these work, basically. Now, here's the problem. We want to focus on what you guys can control now, okay? Because we can say trade professionally, you'll make a lot of money, you'll earn some more capital. But right now, today, that might not be what you want to focus on. I know most of you guys are still at the stage where you're not trading profitably. And that means that you cannot just go to a prop firm or any place and get a job, right? That won't work. They'll just push you through the door and say, well, come back when you're profitable, okay? So for most people, that won't work. So for now, we want to focus on what we can control. And that means we have basically two things that we cannot do from now. Those are they're really good ways to get capital. They're really good ways to increase your account. But they will come later in the process. Maybe in 2 months, 3 months, maybe a year, 6 months from now, whatever. But for now, we want to always be used and be trained to take action now. And do something now to improve our level or to improve whatever we do. Okay, and this is why we will focus only on the first item for now. Okay, because the other ones are gonna come over time if you become profitable. If you are a good trader and you can show people that you have a proper risk management, proper strategy, and proper mindset, they will hire you, they will give you money. And that's not something that you have trouble with, usually. Okay, so for now, I want to teach you guys a lesson that this is probably what changed my life and my trading account overall. Okay, this is a lesson about how to organize your money. And doing this right can really change the amount of money you have in your account in the matter of months, depending on how much money you earn, of course. But it can completely change how you look at things. And you will no longer feel like you have no access to money for things you need, like training, like spending, it's like anything. So here's the principle. And if you guys can relate to this, comment below in the chat. This is coming from, as I said, a training I did a few months ago. It's available. You can click the link that's written just below the screen. It's going to be linked below as well. You can click that link, sign up. You'll have access to the full training. I want to do like the whole thing here because that would be too long. It's like an hour event, an hour training. But if you want to, I'm just showing the part that relates to this, your account. And then we'll do a Q&A at the end. Okay, so here's how I go about things. This is a lesson from Jim Rohn I got. And since I applied this, things completely changed for me. They completely became different. So what Jim Rohn says, and this has been taken back by many people after, he says take all your money earned in a month and divide it between different parts. Okay, you'll have 60% of your money to spend. That's money you use for food, for rent, for whatever you need to spend that money on. 10% of that money, okay, this is part like 2. 10% you will use it for investing, so passive investment. Okay, you will put this into either it could be your bank account, that's kind of really low risk, really passive, or that might mean something like really low risk stock or stock that pay you a dividend. Okay, that's going to be investing passive, because we might be good traders, we might be really good at making money trading, but at some point we need some money that we need some capital making passive money, right? Money that you don't have to work on. Over time, as you accumulate this, things will start to change and you will start to make money without any effort. And that's why you want to put part of your money aside for passive investment. Okay. And the other part, next part with this, is active investment. So you will take part of your money to invest actively. That means you're going to do something, or you're going to put this into a more risky opportunity. And that might be a business. That might be, in your case, a trading account. Now here's how I've split this. Okay. I've been splitting this down into 2 parts. Part of that money you use for your active investment. Part of it's going to be for your trading account. So money you save, you put in your account, or you save on the side, so that when you open an account, a live account, you have money to put in. And the other part of this, okay, about whatever, you can break this down however you want. I do 5 and 15. So 15% your trading account, 5% on education, growth, that could be book, training, coaches, mentors, because this is what will allow you to move forward and to grow and to become better. Now, over time, you might need to spend less, but it still depends. You might need to spend more. You might need to hire a coach like 2 years in when you're profitable, because you need to learn something or master something and become better, or whatever you need it for. You always should have some money that you invest in yourself, because this is the biggest way for you to grow and to become better. If you don't invest in yourself, you stay at the same level, or worse, you may be decreased. Okay, so that's why I take part of my money, put it aside. With this, I buy courses, I buy training by coaches, some mentors, some whatever, some books, some audiobooks that will help me become better. And no matter how much money this is, that might be $5,000 or that might be $10. Who cares? You put the money aside because you will need it to become better. And that's active investment. Now, the other part, these numbers, like, don't think that these numbers are fixed. Okay, these numbers, they can change. You can split them however you want. But I kind of like this aspect. You could do like 25 active, and then the 10% remaining or 5% remaining would be money that you give people. Okay, I personally give like 5 to 10% per month of all my income to charities, to different people, because I know that like this helps to create a mindset of non-scarcity, that money can come back, you can always make more money. Okay, and so if you attach yourself to money, you try to keep it like as close as possible without spending a cent, you are in a scarcity mindset. And the thing that happened with this is that you fear that you cannot make more money. And guess what your mindset is going to do? You will make less money. Okay, so really important. That's how I've been splitting my money that I earn every month. And I really recommend you do the same. Okay. If you guys have any question about this, we went through this pretty fast, like 10 minutes. That's even awesome. 10 minutes flush, it's perfect. So if you guys have any question, comment below in the chat. Now, since we've done with this, well, don't forget to sign up to the event. There's a link below. You get the free training, the whole thing that I did. I went now through only 10 minutes of it. There's another 50 minutes more, 60 minutes more maybe of it that you can watch on your own time. So links below, of course. You can sign up for this. And now, since it's Friday, I kind of want to do a Q&A. Let me see. I think I want to go through the question you guys have. There's already a bunch of them. If you have any more questions, comment below in the chat or the comment box. And plus, I recommend you guys to introduce yourself, tell people what you trade, because you can make connections here on YouTube. Who knows? And especially in the comment box or commentary, usually there are really good comments, really smart people, sometimes smarter than I am. So I get a lot of ideas by reading my own comments on YouTube, comment from other people on YouTube on my channel. So if you want to do this, and if you have any thought, any ideas, comment below for sure. So what's up, Sharon? That's awesome. Arshil is asking how I start doing profit. I'm doing trading for the past 6 months, but losses and learn for. Okay, so basic thing. Okay, if you are losing money for the past, and I'm tired of hearing this question. I hear it like every day, but here's the thing. We'll take the big picture and stuff. If you are losing money on a constant basis, what are you doing trading? First of all, and second of all, do you have a plan? Do you have some series of action that you do every single time? Are you consistent in your approach? Do you do things the same way all the time? And if the answer is no to any of those questions, there's something wrong. And you need to sit down, make a plan. And I still believe that the best way to learn about trading is through some sort of chart time. So looking at the chart, looking at what happens, what is repeating itself in the market, and applying that after, trying to come up with something, and then test it, get your stats, create a plan with it, and then trade it. And you want to reevaluate every month. Like it's not enough to say, oh, I lost money the past month. Why did you lose money? What's the reason? And the reason might be like there's a few different factors. But if you look at the money, you only look at the kind of the symptom. Okay, so let's say you have a pain somewhere in your body, and you say, oh, I have a pain at this place. Okay, my hand hurts. But then, yeah, okay, they're gonna give a pill or something, but that won't solve the problem. Maybe next day you're gonna feel pain again. So you need to solve the issue. What is causing pain in your arm or your hand or whatever, and then with that you can become better and you can fix the problem. So same thing goes with trading. Okay, with trading, same thing. So let's say you say, so I lost money the past month, or I lost money the past 5 months, or I keep losing all the time. Well, what's the reason why you keep losing all the time? Is it your strategy that's not working right? Is it your mindset? Like you take all the wrong trades you shouldn't take? Or is this maybe your risk? Maybe you have some wins, but you cut them too short. Or let's say you have some wins, but then you have a big loss. That's money management. That's wrong. Because you want to figure out what is wrong. And you need to be able to pinpoint it if you want to solve it. If not, it's just like, oh, okay, I lost money. It's funny, but how do you solve it? That's the basic thing here. And so, common ways that people lose money all the time, while they have no strategy for sure, they have no plan, they risk too much. You know, probably they can probably know all these things already. It's not like that fancy, but you can pinpoint the right thing and then work on that and make it your goal to become better at that thing for the next month. How's it going, James? What's up? Awesome. What would you recommend? Price action trading to grow small accounts, scalping with proper plan. I would recommend, this is a good question. So price action or scalping. So you could do both. Price action can be scalping. Scalping can be price action. So, but I would recommend do whatever works for you based on your schedule and based on your personality. Are you a better swing trader? Are you a better scalper? Are you able to scalp? Are you able to swing trade? I would look at these two things, and then just do whatever you want to do. There's traders, and here's the thing: there's traders these days, or it's been a long time. It's not new, but there's traders doing so many different things, and they can all succeed, but they just apply themselves and they just do whatever they're good at, and that's how they become good. And that's why I cannot believe sometimes people call out, they call out, oh, this methodology doesn't work. This is crap. This price action doesn't work. This is not good. Indicators are bad. Chart patterns are terrible. Well, stop for a second and look at all these traders that trade something different. This guy's doing this guy's doing this, and this guy's doing something different. But you cannot just push and like find the perfect way to make money in the market. That just doesn't exist. Okay. Mr. Science Geek, yeah, what's up? Awesome. How much you generate monthly? It depends. Social prod. So about like some month I make nothing. Some month I make 0%. Some month I make 5%. Some month I make 8%. On average, it's about like 4 or 5% a month for me in my case. But that varies. I have some bad periods, of course, and I have some good periods for sure. So that varies. Stallion, how to keep realistic when over? Yeah, I don't get that too much. I don't get too optimistic or too euphoric these days. I just do my plan. I just do whatever I have to do. And the key is that you don't want to look at your wins or your losses. They just happen. You track them and then you move on. And once you can do that and just not get focused on that, it's pretty simple. Like just thinking about it. So for example, YouTube. Okay, same principle I see. So am I gonna look at the number of subscribers every day and be affected by it, or am I just gonna let the subscribers run or let the views run and say, well, it's fine. I'll put the videos there. People can watch. People cannot watch. They decide, and then whatever happens. And then at maybe every month I'll go back. How many views did I get the past month? What happens? Is it up or down? And same thing goes with trading. You do the same thing, but don't get overwhelmed by the day to day, because that's the wrong way to be in, the wrong state to be in, and it's always more stressful. You always get more impacted by the small changes, and that never works out really well. Sharon saying planning and reviewing my trade has helped me get better. Awesome, Sharon, good work. I've changed a lot of bad habits. Nice. So Sharon, I know Sharon is in the academy. I would like to know, Sharon, if you want to share, up to you. But what is one bad habit you've changed over the past few months? And that could be helpful for some people. And perhaps you want to comment this in the chat. That would be awesome. Aiden Music, how many days a week do you do a whole market review to find setups? Once per week now. I used to do it every morning, but I found it's not really useful or not really. Okay, yeah, I'll explain that. So I now do a market review every week. I've been doing that for like the past 5 years or 3 years maybe. And I used to do a review every morning because I had to look at the chart manually. I had to go on the chart, see what's near zones and stuff. Now I'm kind of more flexible with my zones. I identify them in advance, and I have these alerts on my phone that I get like pretty often. Okay, so I got one earlier today. But the principle is that since I have these alerts and I know the zones that I'm supposed to trade, I'll just go back at the chart when I have an alert. I don't want to go through the chart all the time, because that's kind of a waste of time. And that's just something that I don't necessarily think about doing every day. But back when I was looking at the chart manually, I would go every morning, look at the chart, and then every 4 hours after that to look at the setup I need to find. But now it's like not a problem, because it's like a waste of time to look at the chart. And what's up, guy? Wonderful. Yeah. Hope that makes sense, guys. And as I said, link to the training below. I've been saying that like 5 times now, so you guys should get it. But anyway, you get it if you want, if you're training, of course. And so Stallion Trading says the bad habit I couldn't change is my high leverage. Yeah, I have my thoughts on this, but leverage doesn't really matter. If you risk a proper percent per trade, I don't care if you have 5 to 1 of leverage, 500 to 1, 10 to 1. It doesn't matter, because you should risk like whatever you risk, you will lose, let's say, that amount maximum. So it doesn't matter how much leverage you have. The only point of leverage is for you to take many trades with lower capital. Okay, but it's not to risk more. It's not to win more. People say, well, you have to use leverage smart. You can make more money. You can make a lot of money. Yeah, you can, but you can lose a lot too. So why would you kind of go both ways? And why would you risk losing your account with leverage? It's ridiculous. So the only reason you would use leverage is because you want to take multiple trades at the same time, and you want to not get to your full capital. And that's the only reason why someone would use leverage, in my opinion. Okay, other than that, it's like a waste of time and a waste of capital over time. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. So one thing I said I would go back on let me just bring this back here. Not this one. There we go, this one. So here are the ways I've talked about to grow your account. Okay, we've gone through those. I won't recap everything, but I said there was a fourth way, and the fourth way has nothing to do with trading, but I think it's really important. So, fourth way to grow your account is you wanna have something. You want to develop a skill that will generate more income on the side. Okay, that skill could be a lot of things, but I would strongly recommend, no matter what you do now, if you don't want to have your job or you don't want to keep your job and trade at the same time, do something you love and work on a skill that you would love to work in. Right? That could be anything. Could be sales, could be whatever you want to work on. But if you have that skill on the side, you can make income with this and with trading. Okay, combining two things you love, and that will make it easier for you to 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 increase your account. Like it's a big difference to increase your account manually by putting money on in your job and putting into your trading account, like we talk about, or you can just learn a skill and get good at that skill, get paid for it, and then you put that money in your account. Okay, I see a lot of people doing that, and I think this is the smartest way to go about it. Because one, you have multiple streams of income, and two, you do two things you love, which is really really awesome. And you don't have to rely on the boss or a company to make money, right? So that's what I would definitely do. I see a couple of more questions that came in. That's awesome, James. If you have positive equity curve and want to automate a bit, would you recommend to see? Would you recommend to see a script about it? I guess to write a script. I would recommend to write a script. I'm working a lot and really hard now on automating what I trade, but not all parts can be automated for now. So I have to kind of go step by step, part by part. But yeah, that's something I'm working on for sure. So I've automated part of it with the alerts I talked about earlier, but I want to get to more automated for sure in the future. So yeah, if you have an equity curve that's positive, make a script. And if you don't want to take the trades with the script, take the trades manually with alerts, right? And then you combine both the easiness of manual trading and the how can I say, the efficiency of a script, and that would be awesome. So Sharon says the biggest thing for me is not listening to noise. Chat rooms, yeah, that's awesome. So noise in trading is big. So chat rooms, all things. I used to go back on Forex Factory every trade to see if I was in the right direction, and that's not a good way to trade. That's the way where you feel stressed, and you can always find like two different opinions. Like one's gonna say bullish, the other one's gonna say bearish. So you want to be very careful with this. Plus, also there's a fact that I heard it somewhere. I think this was Walter Peter said that whenever the majority of people are doing something, you see on like any broker, let's say you go see Owen does like they show like wins versus, or they show long versus short. Whenever you see most people going long, it's usually a sign that it's gonna go down. It's gonna be bearish because most traders do the wrong thing, and you want to go against that sometimes. So yeah, it's the wrong way to. But that's pretty good, Sharon. I appreciate. Talking about which type of forex account, mini standard. I don't know. Oswald. Yeah, some brokers offer different accounts. I think Owen only offers one account. You trade whatever you want, however you like, whatever number of units you want, whatever unit of lot you want. But I don't have special account for that. I think, from what I remember, of course, it might have changed. I don't know, but following procedure, I love it. Awesome. I was trying to figure out how you could code the support resistance levels, which are very subjective. Exactly. So Guy, you kind of mentioned it right there. So that's the part I cannot really automate, and it's really hard to it's really hard to do. But I came up with some strategies, and I was working with Alejandro, who's a student of the academy recently. That's a cool thing when you surround yourself with traders too. You get to get ideas and stuff, and we have kind of an idea of something we can do that still requires you to do some chart time and look at stuff. But yeah, that's something I'm working on. Basically, the way that would work is you would put some lines on the chart, and based on those lines, you could take the trade or not. But that's still in process. I'll get back to you guys on that for sure in a few weeks or few months, depending on how things go. PM, what's up? What is small account for you guys? When you're talking about small account, yeah, this is really subjective. This is really, really hard. For me, a small account is no longer what I used to think it was. I used to think a small account was $1,000. That's small, but like you cannot do much with that, in my opinion, these days. So, but this is because I've evolved and I've seen. Well, first I've been given money to trade, more than that, of course, and then I've been trading that money, and then I've been seeing other traders what they trade, and that's why your perspective on things really change. I want to set up a similar things, teaching math and trading. That would be awesome. Teaching math and trading would be really cool. A lot of math and trading, that would be really nice. I think that will make sense. Yeah, awesome, guys. So Definitely cool. Yeah, so you guys can check out the training below. 6th time I've said this. It's getting annoying for myself even, but whatever. If you want to see this, it's there. And we'll wrap it up for you here. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it a lot. And I'll catch you guys probably tomorrow. Tomorrow might be live, and the day after is gonna be an interview. So make sure you tune in, sign up for that. Well, subscribe if you don't want to miss that. And I'll catch you guys here tomorrow. Ciao.